All right. Come in, guys. Come in and come join Miss Bev tonight. Welcome, welcome. I hope this doesn't mess up. I wanted to turn the camera the other way. I'm just gonna try. See if I can rotate it. Why can't I rotate the camera? Hey sis, morning, how to do, I see you. Okay, so the chat is here. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for the thumbs up right away. Thank you guys, thank you. I don't know, I have to go this way because the tripod isn't turning. It won't check. Oh, got it. Thank you, Mojo Jojo. All right. How is everybody doing? Yep, AG, your boss. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year. I know the whole year won't be happy, but at least, just make the best of it, guys. Make the best of it. Yeah, Happy New Year, my sister. Oh, that's very skillful though, Mojo, for you to be able to do the twist them yourself. I have to keep wrapping my hair because it needs to be done, and I'm just letting it grow. I'm not. I just leave it alone for now. So great to see you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm gonna talk a little bit about FMLA. I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if anyone else comes in. But if they don't, I'm just gonna today got a good news, and I just let me do a video on FMLA, because so many people have no idea what benefits they have out there and how FMLA can really support them. So I just want to give a little bit of talk about it. Yeah, I I never. I used to have like that change of weather in September. When the weather changed, I would get I would get hoarse. This year has been different though because it has been so warm, so much rain. I get this stuffy nose. My sinuses are just not loving me. So I'm not sick or anything, but they just get clogged up. So I don't know if it's because we didn't have such a dry summer. I don't really know. Hey, Jamaican. So this really, it's like I do the crocheting in the winter. I'm trying to finish a blanket, and I'm hoping like in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks I will get it done. So that's what that is. So let's talk about FMLA. If anyone comes on, then they can watch later and get more information. Welcome, welcome. I see two more people just joined. Welcome, thank you for joining. As I said, today we're going to talk about FMLA. Um, oh, Sheree Marie, welcome, Sheree. Um, and as we join on, my niece, could you drop your link? Two people disappeared. Oh, they came back. Could you drop your link for me, Mojo? Could you drop both links for me? Guys, if you haven't gone over to Essence of Mercy and Grace, it's up again and running. And okay, I could do that. I could do that, sis. I could do that. Godly Gill, Onyx is in here too. Oh, Onyx, thank you for joining. Thank you, my son. Thank you, my daughter-in-law. Thank you guys for coming in. Um, Tonight we're going to talk about FMLA, and Mojo is able to drop the link, so she'll drop Sheree Marie's link. Guys, Sheree Marie is doing a lot of good stuff about She's not selling insurance. I shared out her link, and people were thinking that she's selling them insurance. She's not selling anything, guys. She's not selling insurance. So the webinars that she's doing is to tell you, to guide you about the benefits of having insurance. All right, so that's what that is. So if you could drop her link for me, please, Mojo, Sheree Marie. Um, and guys, if you haven't supported her, she's making some strides. Please go over and subscribe to her channel. She has very good information offering there, and so please support her. Very good. Thank you so much, Mojo. So we'll talk a little bit about FMLA. It's not a whole lot that I know about it, but I want to just let you know because all this time they have these things there, and because I was just focusing on going to work, coming home, um, never thought about these things out there, these benefits that are out there. But now that I'm home, now I'm in the situation that I'm in, I was instructed to go for this situation as I try to get myself back. And as I said again too, I don't want people to look at me and say, oh, she doesn't look sick. She looks fine. She sounds fine. I sound fine because I'm not in an environment that is triggering my anxiety. So, um, hi, Miss SB. Love. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel, to the live. Thank you so much. Hey, Edwina. Oh my goodness. Hey, thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you, Edwina. Miss you guys, but some of you, but I have to take care of myself, get some things together, and then hopefully I'll see you guys. Thank you. Right. So again, don't look at me and say that, oh, she looks, and this is what we tend to sometimes look at people out there going through things, and because they're not limping or they're not moaning and groaning or their faces are not sour, we think that nothing is going on, nothing is wrong. But I am in the situation where, as I said, I'm going through my therapy, and I at one point I wasn't even doing videos because I was just like just down, just so down, and she advised me to still do my videos because that's something that will help me. So absolutely, absolutely, my niece. We don't. You can look at people and say, "Oh, that person look like they look." There are things that people are going through, but their faces and their bodies are not showing it. So let's not judge. So as I said, I just learned about FMLA. I've heard it, but now I am using it. So FMLA means Family and Medical Leave Act. Family and Medical Leave Act. And this means that if you have a family member that is sick, you can take time off from your work, from your job, to take care of that family member. And they say for up to 12 weeks. And once you're finished, your job should still be there for you. So you take the time off, but they can't just get rid of your job. Once you get that time off, sometimes you can extend it, but it says up to 12 weeks. FMLA is a leave that you do not get paid for, but you can get paid if you have sick time available to pay you. So if you have sick time available, you can take your sick time and while you are on this Family Leave Act. So employers are required to provide unpaid time off to an employee or family member, um, to an employee if a family member or the employee has a qualifying condition or circumstance. And they provide up to 12 weeks of leave, and you have to go through a process. They assess what's going on, and they decide, a committee decide if you're qualified for this leave. So how do you qualify? An employee must have worked for a covered employer. The second thing is that they have to work at least 1,250 hours during the 12 months before the start of the leave. The third thing is that um, they have to work where 50 or more employees work. So not everybody is going to be qualified for that. Thank you, Godly Gill. Thank you, Christopher. Very good. Right. So it's the union that came up with the idea that your job must stay there. Remember to like up the live, guys. Smash that thumbs up button. So yes, once the leave is over, you should be able to get your job back. You should have your job still there. Can you quit after the FMLA? So it says employers are required to keep your job or a similar position, right? Um, Open for you to return to once the leave is over. Okay. So for me right now, I was approved, I think 2 weeks ago for it, but they needed a paper to see how long I could have stayed out. So they got that paper during the Christmas break, and today, they confirmed that um, I'm on my FMLA. So I'm fully on until the end of February, I think February 26th. So what made this happen, right? What made this happen? Because once the situation that happened to me happened, I I honestly was going through a very interesting time because I was holding things. I was so bottled up in here. I was just feeling the stress in there. And when I went to the doctor, the first night I couldn't sleep. I was up, just up, and I went to the doctor, and he says, "No, you need to let me refer you to a psychologist." He says, "I don't want you to go to a counselor. I need you to go to a psychologist." So I'm not crazy. I'm not diagnosed with anything crazy. I am going through therapy to help me to be able to get back in the classroom and feel safe, feel confident, some more confidence that I can be safe in the space that I have to work in. So, what led up to all of this? As I said, I did the video where the kid walked up to my desk and said she should effing kill me. Those were words that were frightening because I look at it this way too. I said, "You're teaching all these years, so you have seen it, you have heard it, you have, kids cussing, they're saying things, and yet you learn to sometimes just what you call it, be sarcastic with about it, or you just let it blow off. You just say, look, you know what, you're here to learn. Let's do what you need to do, and you go on." So for all the years, 27 years, you've heard it all. You've heard different things that kids would say to you, mean things, but you learn to just dust it off and you keep going. But this one thing really really stuck to me. And then, as I said, when I spoke to my kids, and my son was saying, "Mommy, what if the kid had a weapon?" That really, really struck home for me because I was talking to them and saying, this is a situation that if the kid had come at me, I would probably have to do to defend myself. But then when he spoke, then all of a sudden I started realizing how me thinking that I could defend myself in that situation didn't even make sense, because as he said, if she had a weapon and I am unsuspecting, I didn't know she's coming at me, she could have damaged me and kept going. So that's where I'm at. That's what I need to deal with. These kids nowadays, they stop at nothing. These kids today, they they're a different kind of kids. And so when that situation happened, as I said to in the other video, it started out with her friend was upset because I asked her to sit because she went and put her hand in a kid's head. She sat down and was just cussing, calling the B word, calling F and B, this and that. Anyhow, with all of that, I looked and I saw the banana peel that she threw on the floor and I asked her to pick it up. And she did pick it up, but the same girl who came up later and threatened me, she told her, pick it up and throw it on her. Mind you, I didn't have a problem with that young lady at all, but she told her friend to pick up the banana peel off the floor and just throw it on her. It was the security person who heard, and she said, no, 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 that's a threat. You can tell someone pick up something and throw it on somebody. And she called for backup. But when backup came, guys, backup didn't even see me or hear me. Backup came in and they asked, what happened? And I said, and I'm explaining what happened. The little girl got out her seat, put her hand in the boy's head. The boy said, "Don't do that again." I asked her to sit, and she started cursing. While the backup came, the girl is still essing, F and B, this, that, what have you. And backup person said the only thing she was concerned about was removing the kid. She said she wanted to de-escalate. But she asked me what happened, and I'm explaining. I told her about the kid who said she should pick up the thing and throw it. And she didn't do anything. She didn't say a word. Even when I saw the whole situation, I was just so confused because there was a second person, the behavior tech, who said, "No, no, no, this is a threat." And she was told, de-escalate, de-escalate. And so I got frustrated. I said, "You know what? Let me leave." So I picked up my jacket and I was going to pull my book bag. And the administrator said, okay. So I'm like, I'm puzzled. I'm in the classroom with kids. You come in here, the kids going doing that, and you're telling me it's okay to go. You're not saying, just wait, let me de-escalate, and then we'll come back and talk. Nope, she said okay. So once she removed that kid, I didn't leave. I just stayed because I heard a little girl on the other side says, "You can't leave us. Don't leave us." So I said, "All right." About 10 minutes later, the little girl was sent back to the classroom, the cussing one, and the coverage came in for technology, and I told her she can use it, open the cart because I'm going to be in the room. So I'm in the room. I'm looking at once the kids go on the laptops, you want to go to Go Guardian to make sure they're doing what you ask them to do. So I'm doing that. Oh, thank you, Bev Brown. So, hey, welcome, Trending. Could we drop Bev Brown's and Trending's, could we drop their thing, please? Their link? Thank you guys for coming in. So, once they go on on the thing in the classroom, the laptops, you go to Go Guardian on your computer screen and you're monitoring what they're doing. Of course, the same girls, they were on some Spotify cussing words, whatever. So you're able to close the thing. So I close it and I'm sitting there looking at the other kids, and the little girl just walked up to my table. I should effing kill you. Now, that thing, every time it plays in my head, has been, as I said, and I keep repeating it. I don't want people to think, oh, maybe she didn't mean it, or I'm not buying that, because these are not kids who they come in and then listen. It's the everyday, the frustration with them. And so you talk to them and is whatever. They walk out the class, they want to do what they want. And so you can't put things past them. So after all of that ended, I put in the ODR, and I felt compelled to write a letter. So I wrote a letter to everybody in the school, and I was summoned to a meeting at 2:30. But when I went to the meeting, though, it wasn't about I'm sorry, or I read the letter and I understand, or whatever. It was, why didn't you come to me? Instead of sending the letter to everybody, why didn't you come to me? I'm asking you, why didn't you support me? That was my question. You're asking me, why didn't I come to you? If you had been somebody who supported me, I would have been able to come to you. So I asked, why didn't you support me? But one of the things that bothered me, and it's a lot of little pieces that created that big knot. When we were talking, she said, when I walk in, you were talking, the kid was yelling, you were yelling the kid. I said, I wasn't even speaking when you came in. She said, yes, you were talking and the kid was. I said, you didn't hear me talking. Luckily, there was a behavior tech who, when she came in and heard what happened, she said, oh, that's a threat. She went out and got her. When she got her, the lady came in. I said, when you walk in my room this morning, did you hear me? She says, no. She asked you what happened and you were telling her. And I thought that she would have even said, oh, I'm sorry. She says, oh, I might have been mistaken. So instead of saying, oh my goodness, she said, I might have been mistaken. So she's still not even accepting that she did anything wrong. And so I got a chewing out later on because I had a meeting, a big meeting, staff meeting. But the sad thing was the person who ran the meeting didn't even know what happened. He was just focusing on the fact I sent a letter to the whole school, and then, the things he was saying. They said I was rolling my eyes. I didn't say anything. I should have said a lot then, but I didn't. I came home, but when I came home and I'm talking to my kids and I'm waking up in the night, and the whole thing was just too much. And so I have been out. I went to the doctor. I said a day after that, It happened the Wednesday, and Thursday I took the day off, but I still had a pressure in my chest. And Friday I had to go to the doctor. When I went, there were two doctors, and both of them said I needed to talk to somebody. So I've been talking to her, and a lot of I was crying a lot because I was angry because I'm saying, why didn't she support me? This would. But you know what? I kept going. I kept doing my therapy sessions, kept doing the sessions, and on the fourth session, I think, she said to me, I know this is what you're thinking should have happened, but what if she didn't know? Because people cannot do for others what they don't know how that people cannot give to others what they don't have. So she couldn't have done what I am thinking if she doesn't have that in her to do it. So that kind of put me in a different place where the burden was lifted from my heart. Like, now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, you're right. You're right. If people don't know, then people can too. So that has been part of the process. And, she's working with me now because my concern is to go back in a classroom where these kids are, whom are quite interesting. So I'm not calling names. I haven't called anybody's name. I'm just telling my story and telling you how it is that I'm connected now with FMLA. So they approved my FMLA, and I'll be out a few more days. The therapist had said maybe February 5th, 14th, I could try to go back and see how it works. But then today, when they process it, they said it's a Wednesday, and the following week is winter break. So she gave me, I'm supposed to go back the 26th. So that's what that is. It Thank you, Trending, and thank you, Beth Brown. I'm not able to read all the comments because the camera is turned this way, guys. I have to, maybe I could scroll back. I don't know. I don't want to touch that. But if there are messages in there when I read, I'll do them in the comments. But it's quite interesting, and thank you, Trending. I I'm thankful that I have the family, kind of family that I have, that they're not combative, and they're not, they think logically, and have good conversations. So I'm happy for that. So they didn't rile me up to go do this and do that, and they were calm. The one thing that they're afraid of is for me to go back in the classroom, unless I was asking to have an adult support person in the room with me all the time. But I was told that's not going to happen. So that again put me in that situation where, I'm just taking it one day at a time, and I'm trying to make sure I can get to a point where, somebody would say something like that, and you cannot tell, you cannot read people's minds. And you cannot say they're not serious or they're playing. I cannot determine that. So that is the problem for me. That's the biggest piece of the puzzle. That is true, Trending. I'm grateful because I didn't have a I didn't have a problem with the little girl. And again, sometimes when you think of situations that kids go through, and a lot of kids gravitate towards a male teacher because at home they might not have a father figure, but you have some kids too it's not only fathers who leave, mothers leave too. And so you wonder if there's a problem because of a situation that kids might be in. But I am just grateful. Yes, I think that's what had happened to me. My tears are not tears of weakness. I did the video and put it out. They got a lot of views, but my tears are not tears of weakness. My tears were frustration, like I needed help and there was no one to help me then. That was why I was crying so much. Like, you walk in a room and you hear a kid calling a teacher effing bitch, and you don't even say, stop that. Don't speak to the teacher like that. We're not going to tolerate that. Nothing. There was no consequence. There was no acknowledgement of wrongdoing. There was nothing. It's like walking into a classroom and everybody's calm and quiet and doing work. Hey, Buddha, welcome, Buddha. Thank you. Mojo, could you drop Buddha's link also? I don't have the bot. I don't know how to do it. So I have my oh my God, she has been with me from day one. My little niece who she dropped the links for me. So guys, if you see the links in the chat, please if you have not yet visited the channels, please go over and support them. These people have been supporting me. Trending live, she just had a sad time in her family, but she once that part of it, she's still going through her emotions. But she got on my channel, she watched so many videos, she had to catch up. She says, I'm still here, Miss Beth. And she watches them, she makes her comment and she likes them and she shares them out for me. So I have to thank her for always doing that for me. Trending live. She needs watch time now, so please if you can just watch her little videos. They're not long videos. But watch it so she can get the watch hours, please. So again, I thank you for the comment because a lot of people see you crying, and one person whom should have been maybe just quiet, don't say anything, when I reach out to the union, and that person was the one who responded. He knows me from back when. And yes, I might be a strong teacher and what have you, but it comes a time when it's not the it's not the strength in you, but it's the thing that happens that makes it hard for you. And so he said, I know you're strong, just shake it off. And I said, just shake it off. Do you know how unnerving it is to have a kid walk up to your desk and say those words to you and you don't even know? The kid could have walked up. My head is turned because I'm not expecting that from my students, and damage me right there in the classroom. And you're telling me shake it off. So that didn't sit well with me. I'm not telling anybody to hold my hand and baby me. I have been doing what I need to do for ages. And as I said, I started teaching in New York where kids were rough. And in New York, you had 30-something kids in the classroom. And kids get frustrated and knock over desk and they cuss this and they cuss that. But yet, you never had. And the first time I hear a kid use those kind of words towards somebody, like an adult, like really fiercely just walk up to you and tell and say that. Never. Kids will curse and get mad, but never to threaten like that. So I have to appreciate my team. They have really, but and one teacher especially who she does the first shift, she was in there with me when I was there. She'll be in with that group because it was a hot group, man. But so she was in there with me for the first period in the morning. But and then she kind of just makes sure that things are okay. She starts with them in the morning and then she moves on. So I want to give a big shout out to them and all of them who are supporting. I understand the coverage and all of that, but people have to understand too that I need to feel whole again. I need to feel whole again. I need to feel that I could walk back. My classroom is in a very interesting space. And I need to be able to walk back into that building and understand that. I'm going to be safe. One of the sad things, guys, oh, thank you so much, Trending. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Trending. So do your playlist, and I'm going to I probably post something on your page as to how you can get into StreamYard and have it just play. But you're already doing some things like that. Just let them play for the day, whether you're there or not. One of the interesting things, like I know of somebody who had something happen to her. She was hit with a book bag and she had a concussion. She was she was out. And then she returned. And you know that you have kids who took it for a big joke. They make a joke out of it. One boy would go up to her and say, "Oh, the boy said he's gonna hit you again." Now, I don't know how I would have been able to deal with that. If you went through a traumatic time experience, you were out for so long, even now complaining of problems with her eyes, I think. And to walk into a situation like that, where, for me personally, I'm thinking when she returned because she was out so long, she should have been reintroduced to the class. Something happened, it happened in the building. They should have said, guys, your teacher is back. What happened should not have happened. I heard that somebody said, "Oh, these things do happen." You can't say things like that. If a kid was not supposed to have a backpack in follow walking around with, if a kid had a laptop in the book bag when they were told not to bring their personal devices in, a kid was swinging a book bag that it knocked somebody out, knocked somebody that badly, then you need to have had a talk with the kid. This is not things do happen. So I don't know, and I mean, maybe I'm the crazy person, but I know that things like those should have been addressed. I'm not sure who was speaking here. Oh, right. So, and thank God, Bev Brown, and thank you all for prayers. All of you who were just praying me up. I mean, I was crying a lot, and again, I said my tears were not tears of weakness. My tears were just tears of a lot of frustration, a lot of why it didn't have to happen that way. A lot of frustration as to why, it could have been done differently. But again, when you have a relationship with God, you start saying, He knows best, He knows that. You see that? You see trending? There are some things that when it happens, you have to evaluate it and you have to make decisions. It's not a good feeling at all. It is not a good feeling. And then I know people are there saying, "Oh, but it's not a good feeling." When we can say what we want to say until it happens to you, it happens to you directly. And then all of a sudden you're like, "What did I do?" This person is saying that if you're walking in the street and a man will come up and say, "I should just," are you going to just say, "Oh, he's just joking?" You know. So we have to take it seriously. A lot of kids need a lot of support, a lot of support, and maybe they're getting it, maybe they're not getting it because we're not equipped to give it to them. But those are things that we need to think about. I've been saying when school restarted after COVID, every classroom should have had two people. Every teacher should have had a support person. Because it means that if a kid attacked you, They're saying, oh, the mental stability of the kids, they went through a lot, they were locked up in the houses during COVID, da 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 da. And you're preaching that, but you haven't put anything in place to support these children. So you're saying being locked down in a lockdown wasn't a good thing, and we don't know what was going on with them while they were in the lockdown. But at the same time, you bring them in, and you're still running things as if these were kids who were not in a lockdown. You're saying that they went through a lot, so the mental stress, all of that. But then you bring them in and you don't give the teacher any support to work with them. The teachers have to do everything on their own. One teacher standing there with all these children whom you claim went through a lot during the lockdown. How could that make sense? How is that reasonable? So it's a tough go, but I was told that they're not going to give me a one-to-one support in the classroom. So I don't know how healthy I will be, how balanced I will get back to face it. But it's just one day at a time. I'm taking it one day at a time. I go outside, I do my walking because I just don't want to get into any dark place. I just want to stay focused and try to get my videos done and keep myself busy. Talk to my family so that I can be, I know they're there for me, but just to have the assurance. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely so, Sheree. Everybody, have big chats until the situation become their situation. So I know it is tough, people covering classes and all of that, but they have to look too at the people in charge to say, they have to give whatever we're to do because the teachers must be supported. Teachers must be supported. So I thank you, all of you who have been here with me and for me. Thank you to my children, my son, my daughter-in-law, my two daughters, my sister in New York, my brother, and my other sister here in Connecticut. Thanks to all of you guys who have been there. Bev Brown, you have not left me out. Little J Plays, Mojo, Jojo, thank you so, so much. You have been there. And I'm just thankful for all things and to know that I'm still here and I'm not crying anymore. That I can go through my sessions, and as she speaks with me, um, I take notes when we meet. I take notes, and right, we talk about our experiences are real, and our experiences drive our actions. Um, and that is so true. And we talk about closure. That closure is not absolutely. This. Thank you, Sheree. The same thing that happens in domestic violence and those things, right? Nothing gets done until somebody loses a life, and then they've heard people threatening, and they say, "Oh, not gonna do it," until they do it. Right, Buddha. Exactly that. Until it's done. You hear people, watch and see, man, watch and see, you watch and see. You wait, but we go, and people just take it, oh, I'm not doing that, man. Them don't have the heart for doing it. Oh, but, and then you see how many people get hurt because nobody takes it seriously. Thank you, Trending. Yes, thank you. I know I asked for strength. Send me strength of your strength. I got so much love. I got so much prayers. I had so much people who just cared. So I thank you guys for all of that support because as my YouTube family, it's like when I did the video, because I was just sitting here with it, just sitting here, not even going outside. And the therapist says, no, you gotta get up, you gotta go out and walk, you gotta go outside, get out and walk. And then I decided to do the video. And I think we got like 5,000 or three, like we got a lot of views on it. Because when you look, there were so many teachers when you really you didn't go in to see these things, but once your situation comes about and people are coming in and leaving their comments and you're going and you're looking and you say, dag, it's a lot of people out there going through the struggles with no support, no support, no support. You go to school and this is what you want to do and you get yourself ready and you're doing this for so long, so long. I remembered, tonight when I decided to do the video, because I just decided at the last minute. Um, I was remembering I was at the old school Ross with Dr. Martin, and I'm in the class teaching, and this little boy was an interesting little boy. I was there explaining something to them, and he got up out his seat and just walked into me and bumped me. So when he bumped me, and I called for security. Mr. Martin came up, and he told the mother, he said, come pick up your child right now. The mother says, well, I'm at work. I can't come up there now. He said, you'll come pick up the child now, or I will call the police because him touching my teacher is a no-no. So you have principals who are good with these things, who let the kids know that there are boundaries. You can't let the kids make it look like it's a free for all. You tell teachers what you feel. You do what you do to teachers and then it's okay. You cannot do that. Kids are young. They're babies. They cannot lead anywhere. They cannot lead. So you cannot just hand the rein to them and say, oh, it's okay, let them go. They cannot lead. They're not mature enough. But I guess some people figure if we de-escalate, then it's all good. No, de-escalation, and then you have to show the tough love. You have to hold them accountable. Thank you so much, Trending. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for prayers and thank you for love. Thank you for everything. I am truly, truly appreciative of it all. And so let's just pray for the schools. Let us pray for the leaders in the schools that God will open their dark understanding and help them to become great leaders. And we're not saying for them to yell at anybody, but you can have tough, good conversation with kids without yelling at them. When they say, oh, she's mean, she's this, it's not what they say mean because people are encouraging it. What I do is that I hold my kids accountable. I talk to them about making good choices. I tell them you're filled with greatness. Why aren't you showing it to people? Because nobody knows what you have unless you're showing it. People don't, no one knows who you are unless all they walk away with is your behavior. What you say, what you do, how you do it, the way you carry yourselves. That's all people know about you. Nobody's walking around saying, I'm an A student, I'm an A student. No. But the way you treat people out there when they observe, when they see how you carry yourself, those are the things that people walk away judging you on. So, we have the links dropped and I'm asking that we support. Each one helps one. We're all trying to grow. YouTube is huge that we can all coexist together. So when we support one another, we can only get stronger and better. So let us continue to share out the videos, guys. watch them, do the thumbs up, because that's telling YouTube that it's liked enough for them to send it out, to recommend them. So please, as you go through, thank you guys for being here with me tonight. I hope that as you go forth, and we're getting snow tomorrow night into Sunday, up to 10 inches. So it's going to be an interesting evening. But I'm just hoping that for this new year, that all your thoughts, deeds, and actions will be blessed. I'm hoping that you'll find contentment. I hope that you will prosper. And I pray that God will open any door that He sees necessary for you, that He'll open them for you. And so that, you know, you will be blessed more in abundance. Thank you so much, Trending. I try. Thank you. Good night, Bev Brown. Thank you so much. Thank you for always supporting. I like you watch them, you like them, you leave your great comments on them, and I appreciate you for that. So thanks, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. Take care. Be good. Okay, bye.